Hello everyone, I'm Anastasia. I welcome you all to this new session of Fundamental of Nursing. In today's session, we are going to deal with a very important topic, that is value. So as we all know that value have a major influence on a person's attitude and behavior, and it also serves as a broad guideline in all situations. Here values usually underlie all the normal values, although not all values are of moral ones. So we can see that some people will be there who will value their family, their job, their politics, their money, their relationship more, whereas some people will also be there who will value any object, idea, action, or a person more. So different people will be having different values. So in this session, we are going to learn about what a value is, what are the different types of value, and what is the importance of this value in nursing. So now let us move on to the definition of value. So what do you think a value is? Values are nothing but the enduring beliefs and attitudes about the worth of a person, idea, object, or any action. Here, values are very important because they have a strong influence on the action which we choose to perform or on the decision which we make. So here, as I've said that, values are the enduring beliefs or any attitude which one possess about a person or idea or actions or the family members and many other things which they value in their life. Values are principles that allow us to guide our behavior to fulfill ourselves as individual. These are also the fundamental belief that help us to choose to prefer or to accept one thing over the other. This is very important because what we choose or what we decide to accept will act as a source of satisfaction and fulfillment in our life. Not only that, but these values also provide guidelines in order to formulate goals and objectives, whether it is personal or collective. These also reflect our keenness, our interests, our feelings, as well as our convictions. So, as I've said, that values are nothing but the enduring belief and attitude about the worth of a person, idea, or an object. Here, values are very important because they have a strong influence on the decision we make as well as on the actions that we choose to perform. These values will help us to guide our behavior in order to fulfill ourselves. At the same time, these values will also help us to formulate various goals and objectives that we want to achieve, whether it is a personal interest or whether it is a collective interest. So, through these values, you will also be able to reflect your interests, your keenness, your feelings, as well as your convictions. So, this is what value is all about. Now, moving on to the next, that is the types of value. Here, there are mainly five types of value. The first one is the personal value. The second is the family value. The third is the social cultural value. The fourth is the material value. And the last one is the spiritual value. So now let us look on each value in detail. So what do you mean by personal value? Here, from the name itself, we can understand that personal values are the values which we choose to accept or we choose to follow. Here, these personal values are an essential principle on which we build our life and which will help us to relate ourselves with other people. These personal values are usually a blend of the family values, social cultural values, as well as your own individual ones according to our day to day experience. So the next one here is the family value. So what do you mean by family value? From the name itself, we can understand that family value is the value which the family prefer or choose to follow. So here, family values are the values which are being followed by one family, and these family members will decide which are the good ones and which are the bad ones. These family values are usually derived from the fundamental belief of the parents who then chooses to educate their children to follow the same. These are the basic principles and guidelines of our initial behavior in the society and are conveyed through our behavior in the family from the simplest to the most complex one. So, here, as I've said, that family values are the ones which the family chooses to follow or to believe in. So, here, whatever attitude, whatever interest, whatever belief we are having, we will be conveying it in the family or in the society which we are living, either it be from the most simplest or to the most complex one. Whatever we choose to follow will be showcased throughout our life. The next one here is the social cultural values. So these are the most prevailing values in our society, which can also change with time or sometimes can even coincide with our personal as well as family value. These values constitute a complex mix of different values, and sometimes this can also contradict or pose a dilemma for each one. Now, for example, if you are working in a job where it is valued by you but not by the society, so the society might find it difficult to accept it. The next one here is the material value. These material values are the ones which will allow us to survive and also serve as a basic need, especially for us human beings. These values include the food, the clothing, the shelter, and the various other materials which we use in our day to day life. These are also the fundamental needs, which is a part of a complex web that is created between personal, family, as well as the social cultural values. Coming to the last one, that is the spiritual value. So, this spiritual value refers to the importance that one gives towards the non material aspects of life. So these spiritual values are the values which we have in our life that we believe are the ones who is responsible for adding meaning to our life. So this spiritual value may differ from one person to the other, but this will always be present in each one of the individual. So these are the five types of value. The first one, that is the personal value, family value, social cultural value, material value, and the spiritual value. So till now we have discussed about what value is and what are the different types of value. Now we are going to discuss about the values in the professional nursing. Professional values are the guiding belief and principles that influence our work behavior. So, we as nurses, our professional values are usually an extension of our personal values, such as honesty, generosity, helpfulness, etc. So, being in the nursing profession, our professional values are usually an extension of our own personal values. However, these values may change over time and around different life events, but we must make sure that our core beliefs should always stay the same. Nursing professional values are acquired during socialization in nursing from code of ethics, from experiences from the co-workers, from the teachers or the peers. So here, the American Association of Colleges of Nursing has identified five values which is essential for a professional nurse. The first one, that is the altruism, the second which is the autonomy, the third is the human dignity, food integrity, and the last one is the social justice. So what do you mean by altruism? Here, being in a nursing profession, altruism means the nurse's concern for the welfare of the patient, of the co-workers, as well as of the other healthcare professionals. So what can you do? In order to showcase the concern for the welfare of the patient, the nurses must understand the client's belief, perspective, as well as their culture. She must also act as an advocate for the client, whereby she will help them make a good decision as well as raise out their concern. She will also be the one who will be taking a risk on behalf of the colleagues as well as of the patient. She is also responsible for mentoring the other healthcare professionals. So, this is all about altruism. Moving on to the next one, that is autonomy. Autonomy is nothing but the nurse's respect for the patient right to make their own decision in the healthcare. So here, what can you do? As a nurse, honor the right of the patient and the family to make decision, as well as provide information to patient and also advise them that they can make the informed choices. As I've said, that autonomy is the nurse's respect towards the rights of the patient to make their own decision in the healthcare. So here the nurses, whenever she plans to do anything for the patient, she should collaborate with the other healthcare professionals as well as with the patient. She should provide information to the patient, as well as she should honor the rights of the patients as well as of the family members in decision making. So this is all about autonomy. Now moving on to the next one, that is the human dignity. Here in nursing profession, the nurses must respect as well as value the worth of the patient as well as their uniqueness. She must also respect the other healthcare professionals in the very same way. So what she can do here is she can provide culturally competent as well as sensitive care. So being in a nursing profession, it is very important that you must value each one of them and treat all of them equally. We must always accept each one as a unique individual with their different needs, and we must always try to fulfill it. And we must always try to fulfill their needs as well as provide privacy and provide high quality care. The next one here is integrity. So, as a nurse, you must always be honest and provide care based on an ethical framework. You must provide honest information to the patient or to the family members. You must always document care honestly and accurately. You must seek to remedy errors made by yourself or made by the others, as well as you must demonstrate accountability of your own actions. So, this is all about integrity. Now, moving on to the last one, that is social justice. As a nurse, you must always uphold the moral, legal, as well as the humanistic principles by ensuring equal treatment under the law and providing equal access to the healthcare services. You must support fairness and non discrimination while you are delivering care to any patient. You must also promote the universal access to all the healthcare services which is available for the benefit of the patient as well as of the people around you. So these are the five values which was given by the American Association of College of Nurses for a professional nurse. Now there are six more values that is believed that every nurse or midwife should work on. These six values are known as 6 C's. These 6 C's include the care, compassion, competence, communication, courage, as well as commitment. So these 6 C's are believed that every nurse and midwife should acquire in her value while she is working in this profession. So now we have come to the end of this session, whereby in today's session we have discussed about the values, the types of values, about the importance of values in nursing. We've also learned that the American Association of College of Nursing has given five values that is important for a professional nurse. These five values include the altruism, the autonomy, human dignity, integrity, as well as social justice. We've also seen that there are six more values that is believed that every nurse and a midwife should acquire. These six values include the care, compassion, competence, communication, courage, as well as commitment. So I hope you guys have got a clear understanding of this topic. I'll be meeting you guys in another session whereby we will be discussing about the furthermore topic of this particular subject. Till then, kindly go through this video and try to understand what this topic is all about. Thank you.